Welcome to Leeation. In this video, we're gonna take a look on at least 4 different aviation topics, so make sure you watch the full video. Now, let's dive into the video. Number 1. Boeing to fly on 100% sustainable fuels by 2030. Boeing has announced that its commercial aircraft will be capable and certified to fly on 100% sustainable aviation fuels by 2030. Boeing has previously conducted successful test flights replacing petroleum jet fuel with 100% sustainable fuels to address the urgent challenge of climate change. According to the Air Transport Action Group, US Department of Energy, and several other scientific studies, sustainable aviation fuels reduce CO2 emissions by up to 80% over the fuel's life cycle, with the potential to reach 100% in the future. Today, sustainable aviation fuels are mixed directly with conventional jet fuel up to a 50-50 blend, the maximum allowed under current fuel specification, in order to meet aviation's commitment for reducing carbon emissions by 50% from 2005 levels by 2050. Aircraft need the capability to fly on 100% sustainable aviation fuels well before 2050. Stan Deal, Boeing Commercial Airplanes President and CEO, said, "Our industry and customers are committed to addressing climate change, and sustainable aviation fuels are the safest and most measurable solution to reduce aviation carbon emissions in the coming decades. We are committed to working with regulators, engine companies, and other key stakeholders to ensure our airplanes and eventually our industry can fly entirely on sustainable jet fuels." Boeing's commitment is to determine what changes are required for its current and future commercial airplanes to fly on 100% sustainable fuels, and to work with regulatory authorities and across the industry to raise the blending limit for expanded use. Chief Sustainability Officer Chris Raymond said, "With a long history of innovation in sustainable aviation fuels, certifying our family of aircraft to fly on 100% sustainable fuels significantly advances Boeing's deep commitment to innovate and operate to make the world better. Sustainable aviation fuels are proven, used every day, and have the most immediate and greatest potential to reduce carbon emissions in the near and long term when we work together as an industry." Boeing has been a pioneer in making sustainable aviation fuels a reality, partnering globally with airlines, industry, governments, and research institutions to expand limited supplies and reduce their fuel's cost. Boeing worked with airlines, engine manufacturers, and others to conduct biofuel test flights started in 2008 and gain approval for sustainable fuels in 2011. In 2018, the Boeing Demonstrator Flight Test Program made the world's first commercial aircraft flight using 100% sustainable fuels with the 777 freighter in collaboration with FedEx Express. Sustainable aviation fuels can be made from a wide variety of feedstocks, including non-edible plants, agricultural and forestry waste, non-recyclable household waste, industrial blend of gassing, and other sources. Number 2. Qatar Airways to try digital passport mobile app. Qatar Airways targets becoming the first airline in the Middle East to begin trialing the innovative new IATA Travel Pass digital passport mobile app in partnership with the International Air Transport Association from March 2021. The trial will play an important role in the airline's vision to have a more contactless, secure, and seamless travel experience for its passengers. The first phase of trials of the digital passport will be rolled out on the airline's Doha to Istanbul route, enabling passengers to receive COVID-19 test results and verify they are eligible to undertake their journey. It will also allow travelers to safely and securely share their verified OK to travel status with the airline and other stakeholders, even before their arrival at the airport. IATA Travel Pass will also provide up-to-date information on COVID-19 health regulations, helping travelers to ensure they meet the latest government entry requirements of their destination country. Qatar Airways Group Chief Executive Haji Akbar Al-Baker said, "With the most rigorous and robust COVID-19 safety program in existence within the global aviation community, we are focused on ensuring that Qatar Airways will become the first airline in the Middle East to begin trialing the groundbreaking IATA Travel Pass technology, and we are committed to supporting the airline industry as a whole through IATA's Industry Advisory Panel." As an industry leader and the only 5-star rated global airline recently announced in the Skytrax COVID-19 airline safety ratings, we are committed to safeguarding the safety, health, and well-being of our passengers and ensuring an integrated, seamless customer experience at every point of their journey with us. The IATA Travel Pass effectively acts as a digital passport for travelers and is the latest tool in our fight against the spread of COVID-19, enabling passengers to securely and effortlessly navigate their travel plans safe in the knowledge that their verified travel credential is based on the latest COVID-19 information, the strictest data privacy regulations, and entry rules for the destination they will travel to. We hope that by investing in this technology, we are able to further encourage passengers around the world to have greater confidence in the safety of air travel and begin making further travel plans over the coming months. Alexander D. Jr., IATA Director General and CEO, said Qatar Airways is showing its industry leadership. IATA Travel Pass will verify testing or vaccination credentials of travelers, which is the key to unlocking travel without quarantine measures. The Qatar Airways Digital Passport trial will help us build confidence among governments and travelers that IATA Travel Pass can securely and conveniently link traveler identities with their digital travel credentials. It will also help us prove that ICAO's global standards for digital passports work, and it will highlight the need for governments to accelerate their work with the industry to develop global standards for health certificates, a critical enabler to safely reconnecting the world. Qatar Airways currently operates more than 800 weekly flights to over 120 destinations across the globe. By the end of March, Qatar Airways plans to rebuild its network to 130 destinations, with more frequencies being added to key hubs. Qatar Airways offers unrivaled connectivity to passengers, making it easy for them to change their travel data or destinations if they need to. Number 3. Delta Airlines is calling pilots back to work. The COVID-19 pandemic forced most airlines to furlough at least some of their employees last year. Delta Airlines was one of the few exceptions. That said, the airline giant did tell more than 1,700 junior pilots to stay home starting late last year due to a lack of demand. For now, air travel demand remains far below pre-pandemic levels. However, Delta's management expects a sharp rebound in demand beginning as soon as the spring. As a result, the company recently told its pilots that it will restore 400 junior pilots to full flying status by the summer. Late last year, Delta Airlines and the Airline Pilots Association struck a deal to avoid pilot furloughs. The agreement modestly reduced the minimum hours guarantee for most Delta pilots. In exchange, the airline agreed to provide partial pay to the 1,700 plus pilots who were facing furloughs. Those pilots are not required to work. Near year-end, Congress passed a new airline payroll support bill. This temporarily negated the impact of the Delta pilots' partial pay deal, as airlines must provide full pay for all employees as a condition of receiving aid. However, many airlines accept to furlough workers again when the current payroll support program expires at the end of March. At that time, Delta would have the right to reinstate the partial pay plan for its most junior pilots. In a recent memo to pilots, Delta's Senior Vice President of Flight Operations, John Lawford, said the airline is ready to bring 400 pilots back to active status by this summer. Previously, the airline had assumed that it wouldn't need these pilots until the summer of 2022. Delta needs a lot of lead time to change its pilot staffing plans because it will have to retrain many pilots for the new aircraft type. In the first half of 2020, the full-service airline retained all of its MD-88s and MD-90s. Those two aircraft types accounted for 77 of its 898 mainline jets as of a year ago. Delta also permanently retired 26 of its 91 Boeing 717s and temporarily parked another 18 in the first 9 months of 2020. Many junior pilots flew these aircraft types prior to the pandemic. It takes several months to transition to a new aircraft type, so Delta needs to start that process soon in order to have extra pilots available. This summer, Delta particularly needs to train more pilots to fly the Airbus A220. It took delivery of 15 A220s last year, mostly in the fourth quarter, with more on the way in 2021. Delta's decision to return some pilots to active status sooner than previously planned highlights the company's optimistic outlook for the second half of 2021 that said investors shouldn't read too much into the move. The airline had just over 13,000 pilots a year ago, but 1,806 took early retirement packages last year, and even after Delta recalls 400 junior pilots, about 1,300 others will still receive partial pay to stay home this summer. Thus, Delta's active pilot workforce will still be a quarter smaller this summer than it was before the pandemic. Moreover, each pilot will likely be flying fewer hours per month than in 2019. In short, Delta may expect pent-up demand to boost summer ticket sales, but it isn't planning to return to its pre-pandemic size anytime soon. Number 4. Indonesia plane crash points to technical failures. The crash of a plane in Indonesia 16 days ago could be due to some failures in the automatic gas or acceleration system of one of the engines, local experts reported today. Nurkahia Utomo, investigator for the National Traffic Safety Committee, said that several days ahead of the air crash, the maintenance chaffer of the aircraft Boeing 737-524 belonging to the local airline Sriwijaya Air warned of some failures in the automatic gas system. The experts said, however, that it is still too early to provide a conclusive verdict on the causes of the accident, in which 62 individuals died, including 10 children. Other experts pointed to some failures in the automatic acceleration system of one of the Boeing's engines, which could create a huge difference in power in the engines with consequent difficulties in controlling the aircraft, but all agreed that the final opinion can only be issued when the second black box is found. Leaving Jakarta at noon on Saturday for the city of Pontianak on the neighboring island of Borneo, the aircraft lost contact with the control tower 13 minutes after taking off, with no signs that anything was wrong. So that's it for today. If you guys really enjoyed this video, make sure that you like, and if you need more aviation contents like this, make sure that you can subscribe to my channel called Leeation. And finally, thank you for watching. Have a great and blessed day.